Apple is right on top of my PD 15 box this morning, and this is exactly where the plan gets decided. If price holds above 305, uh, 305.35, then buyers may be taking control. But if it slips back under, I'm watching for a fade right back into the box. Let's build the plan before the bell. What's good, YGO family? This is TJ, and welcome back to the pre-market breakdown where we locked in before the bell, so we already know the plan before most people even open their charts. Today we're looking at Apple on the 15-minute chart, and I'm keeping this simple. Price is testing the top of the box right now, so I'm not guessing. I'm waiting for Apple to prove that we're going above, or which movement is really trying to do. Here's what I'm seeing. Here's what the chart is showing. Apple closed strong yesterday and uh, carried that into the pre-market. As you see, it got a steady uptrend. Um, and right now, price is sitting around 305.50, as we see, basically right on top of my previous day 15 high. The top of the box is 305.35. Let me spread this out. So this is 305.35. Um, uh, the bottom of the box is 304.03, and that means price isn't clean above the box yet. It's knocking on the door though. And when price is right on the line like this, my job is not to predict. That's not your job. That's not our job. Our job is to wait for it to pick a side. Let me explain real quick for the ones that are new, what my PD 15 box is all about. The PD 15 means I'm marking the high and the low of yesterday's 15. Right now I have on ETH. Let me show you quick. So it's the high and low of the last 15-minute box, that 3:45 to 4 o'clock p.m. Price. I use that because it shows me where price made its final decision before the last session ended. Think of it like yesterday's closing battle zone. So that's where the price finished the battle. The level's already locked in from yesterday's close, so there's no waiting on today's open to build it. I just wait for price to react to it. This box is still my break and retest levels. That never changes. If price close above the box, buyers may be taking control. If they close above the box, buyers can be taking control. If they close below the box, then sellers may be taking control. But if it sits in here, in between these levels, that for me is just that price is still trying to decide. So it's choppy for where I trade, and that means no trade right there. That's just me sitting and being patient. Patience is a virtue you will learn. Um, it can save you a lot of money as well. Um, my key levels and how I get them, as we see here. Here are the levels I'm watching today, and quick. Let me show you how I actually get these numbers. My boxes, like I said, is 305.35 for the top and 304.03 for the low. That's still my break and retest levels, like I stated. But my profit targets are built off of yesterday's close. So which on yesterday, um, I don't see where I see. Yeah, yesterday. Let me see. Yesterday it closed 305.26. Close that. So then I take Apple's daily ATR, the average amount Apple moves in a day. Today that's around, like, I use this Saturday ATR level. You can find that in indicators. You go here and just type in SATY, and I use this one to get this thing. And so we see the average, and it changes as the market changes, as Apple changes. It lets you know about what the average is. Yesterday, I think it was running around 880 or something at daily average. Today, it dropped down where Apple is daily average is going to be around 855. So I take that daily, and I run my lines. So from there, three targets each side, 38.2% to 61.8%, and the 100% of that $8.55 stacked above yesterday's close for calls and below it. For puts, um, that's where price has a tendency can get to. For the full ATR, that's that 314 and the 100% 61 8 points. These are also like uh, Fibonacci type levels, and we can talk about that in another video. But I basically just take that percentage of the daily ATR. It's kind of what I use as my profits. You can also we could also use, if you want, you could also go to like the hour and mark where price has had a lot of confluence or um, confluence or where prices reacted. So you could technically use 307 if you didn't want to wait to 308.62. But just showing you real quick of how I do it, and so that's kind of how I get my take profits. So just with that being said, my bullish plan for calls, I need Apple, like I said, close above 305.35, which you will see in pre-market is it's above it right now, but it needs to hold it. And I don't want a quick wick up above the level. I need a 2 minute because that's another thing I leave out in my. I normally go down to the 2 minute to do my entry. So that's why I look for confirmation. So I wait for the 2 minute, um, 2 minute price action. I don't know why my things are. So let me get some big so we can see. I hope you can see that. So basically, what I'll be looking for is the 2 minute to when price say I need that 2 minute to close above, like come and retest, hold, and then close above this my PD high, and then it needs to go for that's for the retest, and then go with some volume. Like this right here is a good volume candle. I would need that once it tests and close, come back with another volume candle going that way, showing me that this is a true test, and then that will be my entry. So once I have a 2 minute candle to close above it with volume confirming it, um, after that break, I want to see price retest either. So basically, what I'm looking for when if it was under here, I'm waiting for that this type setup. I know this is hard. So it broke above, and then it continued. So I'm looking for a good 2 minute. That's where it broke, and then it kept going with another green. So I would. This is in hindsight, of course, it's a better setup somewhere, and I can show you better. But just trying to give you a quick breakout of what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a retest, a breakout because it's already above retest. So we're looking for the retest and hold, and then volume in the same direction. I know that was kind of a little confusing, but if it is, drop down and I can break it down for you. I'll ask any questions. And like I said, I still got. I'm working on a video to break down my trading strategy even more detail. Right now, I'm just trying to get this out to you before the market starts, so you can have a plan. So with that, let me go back to what I was saying. So if it breaks, if it comes up, breaks and holds, and continues, we're looking at our first take profit is at 308.62. That's a 38.2%. If it keeps going, we would at this level, I would trim off if you have multiple contracts. You'll want to look to take profit there, take some profit there. Again, this is Friday, so market can tend to act a little different because people are trying to you know take some profit before the weekend. But if it keeps pushing, you're looking at 310.70 for my second take profit, and for full take profit, I'm looking around 314.06. For the put side, I'm looking for if it breaks and retests, breakout retest the 304.03 level. My first take profit is 302.05. Second is 299.82, and if it keeps going, full take profit is around 296.46. Not sure to get that far, but I still have it just in case. I do want to make one other thing that I do use the 8 MA as well as a retest. So say if it breaks and retest the white line for me is the 8 MA. So say if it comes down and come back up and it comes back to the 8 EMA instead of coming all the way back to here and holds. And the same rules apply. So I can use the PD15 high or low for my retest or the 8 EMA. Either one of those with volume still holds true. All right, so that's the plan today. It's simple. Above 305.35, I'm watching buyer's control. Below 304.03, I'm watching seller control. Sitting right in the line like it is, like you see, is going back inside the line. I'm staying patient. If this helps, hit the like button, subscribe, share this with a trader who needs a real plan before the bell. Whatever you do, again, this is not financial advice. This is my playing how I trade. I'm just trying to show you how I do, but always do your own due diligence because with trading there comes risk. You can lose money, so manage your risk safely. Like one thing I didn't say, when I do get in, I always put a stop loss. It's on whatever I use for my entry. So if I use the 8 EMA, my stop loss would go on the other side of the 8 EMA. If I use the PD15 high, as my entry, I put my stop loss on the other side of the PD 15 high, and vice versa for the PD 15 low. So you gotta know where you gotta know your stop loss because we need to manage our risk. So with that being said, this is You Got Options. It's TJ from This Is You Got Options, where we study the levels, we wait for agreement, and we trade with discipline. Y'all have a great Friday. Happy, good luck on your trading. Let God, and be disciplined. God bless.